After replacing the rear main seal, now we're ready to put the bolts for the flywheel. It's 8 of them and should be torqued down to 76 foot-pounds. Now we're ready to torque it down to 76 foot-pounds. And now the pressure plate, the clutch, and the flywheel is already installed. Now we're ready to put in the shift fork and the new throwout bearing. I'm using Honda high temp grease. Forget to put the boot back. Okay, the clutch and the flywheel is already installed. I already put on both of the dowel pins too, and then this is our transmission. Now I just need to mount it. And don't forget to remove your alignment tool. Alright, so you just make sure that you line up both of the double pins. And these are all the bolts that I have. I will be putting the starter a little later. because I want to paint the starter too. And that will be a 14mm and a 17mm here, and then the rest of them is all 17mm. And the last two 70mm bolts are from the engine side going to the transmission. One goes here in the bottom, and then one here on top. When I'm ready to mount the engine, I will gonna be removing this bolt here where I put in this chain, and I'm gonna move it here to this side. Okay, progress of our engine. The transmission is already bolted to the engine, and then the sub harness to accommodate the OBD1 distributor is already done. I will post a separate video on that one on how exactly to make this in detailed. And this is the OBD2 wiring harness that we're gonna be putting onto this engine. Before we put the harness, the wiring harness to this engine, I will put the half shaft first. And this is the half shaft. It's held by three 14mm bolts. Okay, so this is the harness that we made. This one is the big pin going to the OBD1 distributor, and then this one is the one that's adapting to the OBD2 wiring harness, just like that. And then these two pins are going to the OBD1 distributor, and then now this one with the 4 wires that gives the signal for the crank position sensor. So we and now this one can plug into this end of the harness. Alright, DIYers, this is the progress that we have so far. We're almost close on dropping the new engine and transmission setup on our engine bay. So far we already have most of the wiring harness in. I just haven't hooked up both of the VTEC solenoids connectors yet. This one will go to the single pin, and this one goes supposedly going here. It's either I replace the VTEC solenoid, or I'll just remove this bolt and then I replace it with the sensor for this one, and then or the connector for this one, and then that one. And then the next thing that I'll probably do next time that I'll upload a video is to put a distributor in. I checked the timing components a few days ago, so I know this one is on top dead center, and I just need to put in the OBD1 distributor with the new O-rings. And this is the rest of the wire loom going to the firewall. Then this is the harness that we made. This one's going to the OBD1 distributor, and then the small 4 plugs is going to the OBD2 harness, and then this one will go to both of this one will go to the distributor. And this protected wire goes down to the back, and it is plug in here. Injectors are already in. I think I'm gonna replace the PCV valve on this one too. This one's broken. Alright DIYers, until next time, like and subscribe for more updates.